He is to quote Phil Hendry, a gay man and a gay journalist. And he's written his article as a student from the University of Massachusetts, Amherst, about the ruling of the Supreme Court on does a baker have to make a wedding cake for a gay couple. And we welcome you to the program. Brad, how are you, sir?
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Good. So we really enjoyed your article and wanted to give you some additional exposure here. Tell us your thoughts on the Supreme Court's ruling.
Yeah, absolutely. So I really felt very strongly about this issue, coming towards the Masterpiece case from the perspective of a gay libertarian. I felt really strongly that if we're going to live in a free society, there have to be things both in life and in business that we can object to and say that violates our conscience. So I don't agree with the Christian baker, but I think that he has to have that right to say, I'm not going to provide that service because it violates my conscience, because I want that right for myself. You know, I wouldn't want to bake a cake that had homophobic verses on it.
Arrest them. Nobody's asked them the question. It was clear that none of these people had been asked that question or even thought that way. So there is no pushback mentally in their life. Is that the case, or is there a real movement because people really believe it and they know what they're talking about?
Well, I would agree with you that many of these young people probably have not been exposed to the libertarian conservative argument, and I think there's two problems that are causing that. One would be the hyper-biased nature of our higher education system. You know, many of them are probably college students, but liberal professors outnumber conservative professors by some estimates 5 to 1, by some estimates 12 to 1. So, you know, I'm a college student. I can attest to this well. They're only hearing one side of the story. The other side is social media. They create an echo chamber where they only see less friendly content. So that's one of the things that I try to do as a writer and an activist, is to bring conservative ideas to young people.
You know, we have a museum going on here, and it's all about the Bill of Rights. And David Barton was talking about the freedom of religion, and he said it's actually way too narrow to define it that way. He said they chose the word religion, he said, but that's not the way they referred to it. And he said, I wish they would have used the real word, and that is freedom of conscience. And that is at the crux of the issue here. It's being made about evil religion, but it's actually about freedom of conscience, that all of us have to have that right. Because the question is, how do we stop bigots from using their religion as excuses to not serve people? Well, it doesn't matter if they're a bigot or not, does it?
I would say that obviously it matters whether they're a bigot or not. You know, that's not good to be a bigot, but
correct.
The law and their constitutional rights,
correct.
They still have those same rights. You know, you have to have rights for the people you disagree with if you want them for yourself. So I would agree that it is absolutely a question of freedom of conscience, but it's also a question of freedom of speech. Because in this case, what's really at issue is expressive conduct. And what the court really had to answer was, can a gay couple force a Christian baker to violate his conscience and create something that's expressive and conveys a message he disagrees with? And I think the answer has to be no, because I wouldn't want to have the reverse happen to me.
Wouldn't you just say, though, if they do, that lessens your ability to live your life free and, you know, without having anybody discriminate against you?
I would not say that directly, you know, because there is no shortage of people willing to bake gay cakes. They could have gone anywhere. And I actually think that this decision is, in a way, a win for gay rights, right? Because it protected freedom of conscience narrowly, but it did. And, you know, gay people more than anyone should understand how important it is to have the right to dissent from ideas you disagree with.
Yes.
Because we went through years of discrimination, years where we couldn't get married, years where we would have our children taken away just for being gay. So we should appreciate these constitutional rights more than anyone. We shouldn't be assaulting them.
First of all, I would just like to propose, when we're talking about gay cakes, we use the term gake, because I think it's a good summary.
Yeah.
You write in your story, Brad, if anything, this decision didn't go far enough. The court ruled 7-2 in the favor of the baker, but it was a narrow ruling in scope. It didn't hand down any broad declarations protecting free speech or individual conscience rights. A broader pro-liberty decision would have done more to advance individual freedom. Surely, you write, the gay community can appreciate the necessity of individual freedom and the importance of protecting the First Amendment and right to dissent from ideas you agree with. You use the word surely. How sure are you on that one?
Well, I say that's how I think they should feel. Obviously, that's not how the majority of LGBT people probably feel. But I will say that there are much more than you think. I write and I tweet about conservative LGBT perspectives all the time, and there are a lot of people out there that feel the same way that I do, coming from that perspective. But it really is true. This decision didn't go far enough. It only talked about the specifics of this case. I really would like to see the court, and they probably will have to in the future, address this issue in a broader sense and hand down a broad decision that protects conscience rights for Christian bakers, for bigoted people, and for everyone.
Yep. Yeah.
Because that's what a free society looks like.
It's a great story. It's up at GlennBeck.com. The Masterpiece Cakeshop ruling is actually a win for LGBT rights. Brad, can I just get your buy-in and endorsement of the term gake?
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds delicious.
Thanks, Brad.
Brad, thanks a lot. And thanks for a great story. And thank you for standing up for liberty and doing your homework to know what you actually believe. In other words, thanks.